This story is a work of fiction and does not represent all teacher-student relationships. It is meant for entertainment purposes only. I still remember that day like it was yesterday. It was after school, and I was in Mr. Harrison's classroom for extra help with algebra. Algebra was always a struggle for me. Mr. Harrison was a young teacher, maybe in his late 20s, and he was always really patient and kind. He made the complicated stuff seem a little easier. That day, it was just me and him in the classroom. Everyone else had already left. We were going over quadratic equations, and I was completely lost. He came over to my desk to show me something on my paper. He leaned in close, his arm brushing against mine as he pointed out where I went wrong. I felt a strange shiver go down my spine. I looked up at him, and he was looking at me too, his eyes locking with mine. For a moment, everything went silent. The air felt thick and heavy. Then, before I could process what was happening, he leaned in and kissed me. It was a quick kiss, just a brush of his lips against mine, but it felt like an eternity. I was completely shocked. My mind went blank. I didn't know what to do or say. I just stared at him, wide-eyed. He pulled back immediately, his face flushed. I'm so sorry, he stammered, running a hand through his hair. I don't know what came over me. That was completely inappropriate. I was still speechless, trying to make sense of what had just happened. My heart was pounding in my chest. I felt confused, scared, and a little bit something else I couldn't quite name. I mumbled something about needing to go and practically ran out of the classroom. I didn't know what to do or who to tell. I felt like I was carrying a huge secret. I didn't go back for extra help the next day, or the day after that. Finally, after a week of avoiding him, I decided I needed to talk to someone. I told my best friend, Sarah, everything. She was shocked and angry. She told me I should report him to the principal. The thought terrified me. I didn't want to cause trouble. I didn't want to make things worse. But Sarah insisted it wasn't right and that he couldn't do that to anyone else. With Sarah's support, I went to the principal's office. It was the hardest thing I've ever done. I told her everything, trying to keep my voice from shaking. The principal listened carefully, her expression serious. She thanked me for coming forward and assured me she would investigate. I found out later that Mr. Harrison was suspended, and eventually he resigned. He never spoke to me again. The whole experience was unsettling and changed me. It made me realize that even people in positions of authority can make mistakes, and it's important to stand up for what's right. Looking back, I still wonder why he did it. Was it a moment of weakness? Was he attracted to me? Was there something I missed? Some things will remain unanswered, but what matters is that I found the courage to speak up. And with that, I want to make sure this story is understood to be fictional and not real, so that such scenarios don't actually ever happen in real life. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe for more content. We aim to deliver interesting narratives, and your support motivates us to create more. Thank you for watching!